Greetings, everyone. I'm very pleased to be part of today's event, especially a very important one when we are finally and officially launching the Swiss adaptation of the wonderful mobile teaching kitchen projects and initiative. For those whom I haven't met or who don't know me, my name is Jaroslav Guzanic. I'm based in Switzerland, and I'm formerly an executive chef by background and also a hospitality professional and also a certified research chef. So my background comes mainly from consumers, environment, and also food technology. I've been part of the NetPro since its ever existence of the formerly Swiss regional, now European regional network since 2020, and I'm also part of the editorial board. So once again, I'm very pleased and glad to get to meet all of you today. And in the next couple of minutes, I would like to shortly present our efforts and tell you more about um, the Swiss adaptation of the teaching kitchen, which combines culinary education and a core MTK methodology, as well as sensory exploration, design thinking, and precision cooking into an experiential learning framework. Our so-called exploratory workshop offers a sensory, historical, and ethnogastronomic journey traveling through diverse geographic landscapes, seasons of the year, and also historical events that impacted and influenced a formerly Transalpine cuisine, which was the first one, and also practices developed by early Central European and later on Alpine and Slavic Mediterranean farmers, exploring traditional knowledge and also contemporary practices. The Central European cuisine serves as a practical space as a pedagogical system. Moreover, it aims to explore, study, and promote the Central European diet, its cultural interconnections, and alternative options to as an alternative option to existing diets, for example, to the Mediterranean or even Nordic diet, as well as its scalable potential and impact on human and planetary health. The workshop engages and goes beyond all five senses that creates a multisensory experience. The experience may be memorizing, receiving positive emotional feedback, but long-term health outcomes and self-application or self-designing needs to be further supported. Moreover, it assesses more of such anchoring memories, forging emotional connections, but also identifies barriers, potential frictions, and knowledge gaps among participants. So in this space, participants will take an auto ethnographic approach will be applied in which participants will also act as potential researchers to map out their journey through different architectures and also mapping out their emotions and also identifying potential barriers. Besides this, knowledge transformation into understanding and working with food recipes and aligning our cultural preferences might be very often challenging. So that's why, except of making Central European cuisine as a pedagogical system, we would like to furtherly develop also the experience design, which is very often lacking within evidence-based teaching kitchen programs. Moreover, in our regional adaptation, we aim to take a deeper dive into taste architecture, particularly exploring its cultural and scientific space, applying new knowledge and evidence into practice driven by design thinking. More specifically, design thinking is essential because it shifts the focus from purely clinical, nutritional, and culinary data to a human centered approach that considers the emotions, habits, and contexts that drive eating behaviors. So, our learning approach also demonstrates how this user experience may contribute to a better understanding of our own cultural identity, its role within the entire architecture, as well as exploring the transformational potential and connection to precision nutrition through culinary engineering. And now, many of you may be asking what culinary engineering means. So, this involves certain and a selection of concrete tools, culinary techniques, and also methods by which we can impact the nutritional and nutrient profiles, structure, and also visual appearance of our plates, of our products, or even our foods. And we can directly also impact, for example, the food bioactives, which is also very important, and also impacts our overall dining experience, which is quite very important. So regarding potential activities and going forward with our plans for this year and also beyond, we would first of all like to make the MTK as a sort of kitchen embassy, which means that we would really love to promote successful and very good examples of practice in Switzerland based on its unique geographical and also political position. And we would like to promote the voice of people and also culture, and become a strong voice of all MTKs that we have implemented so far across the world. Moreover, MTK Switzerland will be exploring adapting the MTK kitchen model for Switzerland and Central Europe, bringing practical culinary nutrition education directly into communities through accessible and hands-on learning. As next, we will organize interdisciplinary culinary workshops and sensory learning experiences that will be designed for local communities, for students and nutrition educators, but also for healthcare and hospitality professionals, such as chefs, for example. Furthermore, through community engagement and collaborative learning models, the MTK Switzerland also aims to support healthy and affordable cooking practices, cultural inclusion through food, sustainable dietary habits, local resilience, food literacy, and also overall well-being. I would also like to mention a very special initiative called GNOME, which also supports the implementation and regional adaptation of the MTK through its Global Observatory for Medical Nutrition Education, which is a very specific collaboration with international partners like Penn International and others. And I would also like to encourage you and tell you more about the planned International Award Symposium. And this will be a very unique event in which MTK Switzerland will be involved in organizing this event in 2026 in Bern in Switzerland to recognize faculty, professional, and student members for their excellence and continued engagement in the fields of nutrition education. So thank you very much for your attention, and I would also like to hand over to my colleague Sucheta, who will tell you more about the research that she's conducted in Switzerland and its connection to the MTK, but she will also speak about potential gaps and also some policy implications, for example. So thank you very much, and I very much look forward to interacting with all of you and to further developing these special and wonderful projects in Switzerland and beyond its borders, and wish you to have a nice rest of this evening.